Guys, we have got Q School information there. It's looking really interesting. It's going to be a completely different situation and different system to what we're used to as well. So I want to talk about it. I want to go through exactly what the PDC have said, and I'm going to try and explain it to you as best as I can. So anyway, stick around if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's find out what the hell is going on, because this looks interesting. Okay, so the PDC have said 2021 PDC qualifying school information confirmed. Details have been confirmed that the 2021 PDC Q School will see the introduction of a new format to ensure both UK and European events can be staged under COVID-safe conditions. Now, I've read through this. I actually really like this system. I think this is a good system. So it says up to 10 days of action in January will see players competing in first and final stages to win 2-year PDC tour cards to compete on the professional circuit. So it's going to be two different stages. It's going to be a first stage and there's going to be a final stage. And the final stage is going to be where you get your tour card. So in a new development for 2021, the players who lose their tour card in the 2020 season will be exempt to the final stages of qualifying school alongside the players who finish inside the top 16 on the Challenge Tour and the top 16 of the Development Tour. So if you are sitting there right now and you finished top 16 on the Challenge Tour, top 16 on the Development Tour, or you've just lost your tour card, then that means that you don't have to play in Stage 1. You automatically qualify it to Stage 2. So that's going to be at least 32 from the order of merits, and then however many tour cards get lost over the year. So there's probably going to be like 60 odd. I don't know how many exactly. I don't know how many tour cards are going to be lost this year, but there's probably going to be like quite a few players who are automatically going to go through. It then goes on to say a 3-day Stage 1 qualifying school will allow any dart player aged 16 or above to compete in a place in the final stage. So if you're over 16, you can enter. That's basically all they're saying. Which will be limited to sufficient players to produce a full round of a maximum of 128 players per venue. So there's going to be two venues. One is Milton Keynes. The other one I think is Leverkusen. It does say it down here. So one is Milton Keynes, England. The other one is in Leverkusen in Germany. It then says the last 4 players from each of the 3 days in Stage 1 will move automatically to the final stage, with ranking points given to other players based on number of match wins from the first full round onwards to form an order of merit of which further players will move into the final stage. So out of the first 3 days, if you make the semi-final, then you're guaranteed a space into the final stage. If you don't manage that, there will be a ranking system which you can qualify through on an order of merit type thing. So if you get a win, you get a point, however the point system works. So this is going to be interesting as well. Should entries for Stage 1 exceed 256 in either the UK or Europe, then Stage 1 will be split into 2 in a random draw to reduce the number of players on site at any time during COVID. The idea is that on the 15th, 16th, 17th of January, that will be Stage 1. That's how Stage 1 is going to go. But should there be more than 256 players who enter Q School in January, then there's actually going to be 2 separate blocks of 3. So it's going to be the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th is going to be Section 1 of Stage 1, and then the 15th, 16th, and 17th is going to be Section 2 of Stage 1. It's going to be randomly drawn, so if you enter, you could be playing on either of these days. So just be wary of that. Tour cards will be allocated to players from the final stage, with the last 2 players on each day at the UK qualifying school and the winner of the European qualifying school on each day securing a tour card by right. So if you do make it to the final stage, if you're at the UK Q school, then get to the final, you get a tour card. If you're at the European Q school, you have to win the tournament for the day. That's how you get a tour card that way. Further tour cards will be allocated to the overall 4-day final standing order of merit, pro rata based on overall entries. So basically what they're saying there is it's going to be a pro rata thing, so it's going to depend on how many players there are at the UK one, how many players there are at the European one. Basically, they're going to work out how many spaces go from each, and it will be done on the order of merit after that as well. So qualify through final for the UK, winning it, European, and then after that, it's order of merit. Entry costing £450 per player, which includes a £50 DRA sanction fee. So yeah, 450 quid. That's how much it's going to be to enter. Will be available from 9 AM GMT on Monday the 14th of December, which is in a couple of days. So if you want to get your Q School entries in, then a few days time, Monday, you can do it from 9 AM. Also, the deadline is going to be 2 o'clock UK time on January the 4th So make sure you got your entries in by then, because they're going to limit it to 512 players. So if you're worried that it's going to be more than 512 players, get your entries in nice and early. It also then goes on just to basically say that if you don't get a tour card, you can play in the challenge tour and stuff. There will be a minimum of 8 events before the end of June 2021. I don't know how they can guarantee that, to be honest, but apparently that's how it's going to be. It also says that players from the UK, Republic of Ireland and Gibraltar will be in the UK Q School, and everyone else will play in the European Q School as well. So, some more information here. The UK Q School is going to be at the Marshall Arena in Milton Keynes. The European Q School is going to be at someplace here, Arena, which I don't know what it says, Leverkusen, Germany. So stage 1, any player who enters, other than those exempt for the final stage, must be age 16 or above as of January 4th, 2021. Stage 1 will consist of 3 days of play, with each day of play featuring a random draw with no seeds and games over the best of 11. So you're going to get a first to 6 match, which is pretty good. The final 4 from each day will move automatically to the final stage. Players will receive 1 point per win from the first round onwards. So 1 point if you win. Try and win as many games as you can, ideally. Players' level on points shall be split by leg difference, then legs won, then overall average based on Darts Connect scoring. So if someone messes up your score, it could cost you a tour card, a stage 2 place, which would really suck. And then it says, and then a playoff if necessary. But if two people finish on the same points and the exact same average by 2 decimal places, that's not happening. I can't see any playoffs happening. Then it says, should entries surpass 256 for either UK or European events, these will be split by a random draw into stage 1A and 1B. In this instance, stage 1A will be held from January the 12th to the 14th, and stage 1B will be held from January the 15th to the 17th. I'm not sure how I'm not sure if it's gonna be for progress, if they're gonna split it. It might be, I don't know, they don't really say it in here. And then the final stage. So it says the UK qualifying school and European qualifying school will each feature 128 players comprised as follows, and they're basically split depending on where you live. So they go on here just to clarify exactly who goes straight through to the final stage. So that's PDC tour card holders from 2020 who lost their tour card. That is players who finished in the top 16 of the PDC Challenge Tour Order of Merit 2020. Players who finished inside the top 16 of the 2020 PDC Development Tour Order of Merit. And also the qualifiers from the first stage as well, obviously. So the final stage will consist of 4 days of play, with each day's play featuring a random draw with no seeds and games over the best of 11. The last 2 players on each day at the UK Q School and the winner of each day at the European Q School will receive their tour cards. Tour cards will be awarded to players at pro rata, blah, 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 blah. But guys, that is basically it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Will any of you watching this video be going to Q School? Will this make people want to go to Q School more or want to go to Q School less? Because it's going to be a lot of time. It's going to be a lot of days. It's going to be a lot of darts. Anyway guys, that is today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.